Hey folks, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films with Star Wars Timeline Gold and Cloud City Casino, bringing you a quick look at another Star Wars the Card Game gaming product for the Star Wars LCG from Fantasy Flight Games. This is the new, down in the corner, Galactic Conflict 2-player game mat. Now, I have shied away from game mats for the LCG, because the only two they had on the site up to this point are just a generic Kylo Ren playmat and a generic First Order Stormtrooper playmat that really doesn't have any playmat qualities that I would expect in a playmat for a card game, like areas for certain cards. It's much more like the Bespin and Starfield X-Wing playmats that are underneath here, where it's basically just a designated play area. And that works great for X-Wing, but it always seemed like those other ones were pretty friggin' lackluster for the card game, which has designated areas to put, you know, your objectives, your objective deck, your victory pile, and all that sort of thing. Now they finally have an official playmat here designed for a 2-player game of Star Wars the Card Game, so basically everything but that little bit of multiplayer gaming that was introduced with one of the expansions. And I gotta say, I actually really like it. I tend to like playmats for card games anyway. I guess I was spoiled by the game boards from Ascension. But I do dig this one. So we have the logo, the Death Star facing the Imperial player, or presumably the Imperial player. We have the X-Wings flipped around, running away from TIE fighters, but of course it's space, so flipped around is a relative term. And then you've got your planet. I'm assuming it's supposed to be Yavin there in the background. So each side essentially mirrors the other. And on each side, you're going to have a place for your affiliation card, victory pile, objective deck, objectives, then 2 rows here for your units and your enhancements. Then off to the side, you have an area for your command deck and your discard pile. Again, both sides essentially the same. It's made of that same nice rubber that the playmats for X-Wing are made from. Personally, I think it's pretty sweet. Price tag is a little steep at $30, but it's the only one of its kind at this point. So I would certainly recommend picking it up if you like to use playmats and such in designated areas while you're playing any type of card game, particularly in this case for Star Wars the Card Game, the LCG. I found it to be a worthwhile purchase, but your mileage will certainly vary depending on how much you care to actually rely on a playmat for deck, card, and other placement.